Yeah, welcome back. It's been a while, and I just wanted to share about Christmas. And I have had the privilege of spending Christmas both in Kenya and both also in Finland. And I wanted to share my experience. So, Christmas in Finland is basically characterized by cold weather. The weather is very cold, mostly during Christmas. It's dark. We have very little sunshine at that time, and it's very quiet. And usually we have candles. We have candles at homes, candles in the cemeteries, like candles basically everywhere, and basically silence. And then in Kenya, it's warm, bright, and full of life. So basically, the temperatures there are approximately around maybe 20, 25 degrees, and it's bright. So we have like sunshine at least more or less 12 hours in a day, and there is a lot of music, a lot of sunshine, and there are people everywhere. People like to come out during Christmas, and like same holiday and different vibes. And which one would be your kind of Christmas? So let's talk about the weather and the atmosphere. So in Finland, during Christmas, that's in December, and we usually celebrate or we have our Christmas dinner on 24th, and like in Kenya, we have it on the 25th. So the weather at that time is usually very cold, and we have a lot of snow at that time, and it's quite dark, like I said, and there are Christmas lights everywhere. And the tradition is built around the darkness, and mostly people like stay at home. And you'll be surprised, like in some places on 24th, 25th, we have the hotels or restaurants. Most of them are closed because people like to enjoy their Christmas celebrations with just their small immediate family. Unlike maybe in other cultures, like in Kenya, people like to go, of course, have food at home and then go somewhere in a restaurant or a club. So basically, that's the most the restaurants are selling more than in other cultures. And so, like I mentioned, there's a lot of snow. Basically, yeah, we were thinking that this year we are not, for last year, 2025, we were not going to have any snow, but we had white Christmas like last minute because we had a lot of snow coming the night before the New Year's Eve. And I would say if I compare to Kenya, there is a lot of sunlight, so there's no darkness, and then the landscapes are green, so you don't see the white snow like in here. And people are outside with light clothes, maybe t-shirts, shorts. It's like being in a tropical holiday, so basically. And the Christmas in Kenya feels more open, light, and alive because of the sunshine, of course. And in Finland, I would say it's more cozy, maybe because of the cold. So people like to just sit at home in comfortable clothing and just to enjoy the Christmas. And number two is the family and the gatherings. So in Finland, people like to enjoy their Christmas with their immediate family. So if you have, a very small family, like 2 children, father and mother, then you're good to go. That's like a full Christmas gathering. And if I compare with the Kenyan culture, is you will have the immediate family and the extended family. You might even have friends. You might even have neighbors. So like it's a very big crowd, and people actually usually say that the more the merrier. And that's really like people like to enjoy with other people, not just the immediate family. And for Finland, the conversations are quiet. If I compare to Kenya, is like people like to, the excitement, you can feel the excitement. People like to talk in very high tones, and yeah, that's what characterizes Christmas gatherings. And yeah, we like to give a lot of hugs, and I know that's a bit, basically even here, we hug really a lot, and especially during parties like Christmas, yeah, with our immediate family. So I don't know if it's normal for every family in Finland, but for us, yeah, we share a lot of hugs. So I know it might sound like different for other people living in Finland. So let's talk about the food. So in Finland, we have like special cuisines for Christmas, and the center stage is taken by kinku. We call it kinku. That's like a part from the pork. So pork is like the center piece of the food tradition for Christmas. So if you don't have that, then that's not Christmas. So, and then you have, okay, you can prepare some fish, you can prepare like casseroles, or you can actually buy them, so they're readily available. So most people prefer to make them. So we have the potato casseroles, the liver, naudanliha casserole. Naudanliha. Se on maksalaatikko. So we actually call them laatikko. I should actually say it in Finnish. So the perunalaatikko is like my favorite. Maksalaatikko is my favorite. And rosoli, I eat just a little, but basically I don't enjoy it that much. But so like in Finland, is my battery making noise? So, and then there is the gingerbreads, and then we have the special bread that's made from Christmas, and we usually get this from our neighbor. It's so nice. It's a very good Christmas gift. So if you enjoy to bake, you can bake that and share with other people who may not have the skill. And if I compare the food in Kenya for Christmas, is basically some meat, and it can be from goat or sheep or chicken. In some places, chicken is like, it has to be in the menu. And then we have rice, we have chapati, so that's like some kind of flat bread that people really enjoy, and people take many hours, maybe even the whole day, preparing this kind of bread in readiness for Christmas. So basically the food or the breads are made like on 24th, and then on 25th is when you have the Christmas lunch. But in Finland, it's like on 24th, and we have it like Christmas dinner. I don't know. That's like the difference. Yeah. And some people might also prepare like nyama choma. So that's like roasted meat, and that's made like on the day, on Christmas Day. And another thing is people enjoy to cook outside during Christmas. It's more of like if you have the resources, like in our family, maybe you can slaughter maybe a goat or a sheep, and people immediately even start like roasting or doing nyama choma immediately, like as they slaughter. So it's quite nice and exciting, like to have fresh meat, yeah, straight from slaughtering, and then you have it roasted for you, then you can enjoy. Can you imagine? That's so tasty. I have missed that. Next time I come to Kenya, I think that's what I try first. So let's talk about the traditions that go along with Christmas. So like in Finland, we have like Christmas sauna. People go to sauna on Christmas, and I'm talking about Christmas Eve. That's when we celebrate the Christmas. And if you're lucky to be not working on that day, then people enjoy sauna during the day or in the afternoon, just before the Christmas dinner. And then there is candles. People drive to the cemeteries to remember the people who've already passed on and light some candles on their graves. So that's also a tradition. And the Peace of Christmas Declaration. And Christmas in Finland is also about remembering those who came before us, those who are not there anymore. So that's why people drive to the cemeteries to kind of be close to the ones who've already departed and light some candles and to spend that time being there. And usually the lighting, the cemetery is so beautifully lit with candles that, yeah, it looks like a different world. And if I compare with Kenya, basically is the church service, which is on 25th in the morning, and usually it takes almost the whole day. It starts around 10 o'clock and it goes up to 3 o'clock, something like that. So of course, depending on which church you go to, so people spend a lot of time in the church, and then when they come home, now they come for the late Christmas lunch. So that's something characteristic. And there's a lot of singing and dancing and clapping and shouting and, just being merry and enjoying the moments. And it's a time to give gratitude, to show your togetherness and like being in a community. And the last part that I wanted to talk about is about gifting. So in Finland, we enjoy to give gifts, and then there is joulupukki, so that's like the Santa Claus, and of course the real Santa Claus is in Lapland, in Santa Claus village, and I had a chance to visit, and so we have like the helpers, the elves, that's what we call, and usually we have either a member of the family acting as the Santa Claus, or we hire, and the prices range from 50 euros to 100 euros. So depending on what time you want Santa Claus to come to share gifts, like with your family. So basically, for the children, it's really important, and to get someone to come and share the gifts. And usually the children are asked if they have been very guilty. What is guilty in English? If they have been good children, good. I don't remember the word for guilty. So it has to be, if you've been just behaving well, then you get a lot of gifts. If you've been behaving badly, then you don't get much of the gifts. So, and usually the gifts are basically modest, and it's what the people need. And it's just being there together. So that's like Finland. In Kenya, we don't have like Santa Claus, so people don't, or rather it's an emerging trend nowadays. I see some videos and photos people are making, and there is actually like Santa Claus. I don't know if they hire them to come home or it's just a member of the family, but that's a new emerging trend. So, and usually there are very few gifts that we share, and if the gifts are shared, we normally don't, that's in Kenya, people don't pack them like in wrappings. Usually, or rather for me, when I was growing up, me and my brother and my sisters, you would get a new pair of shoes, maybe socks. We never even used to use socks, but it was nice to get some socks as a gift during Christmas. And then you get a new dress, and usually that's the only dress you get the rest of the year. So it was quite nice that you get a new dress, and that's the same dress you will go with to church in the morning, and you will wear it the rest of the day, like during the Christmas dinners. The Christmas lunch. So it's basically about being together. And most important was like showing up. If you live in the big cities or you work there, so if you're able to travel home for Christmas in the countryside where your parents are, if you still have, is like showing up, being there is more important than sending the gifts or exchanging the gifts. So if someone is traveling home for Christmas, it's like more important than just the gifts. And so basically that's what I wanted to share about Christmas in Finland versus Christmas in Kenya. So cold versus warm, quiet versus loud, small versus big. But at the core, I think the most common things that I experienced during Christmas is the family togetherness, the food, and just being merry and enjoying the moments. So which among the two Christmas feels more like home to you? Which one would you prefer? What kind of Christmas would you prefer? Is it the small, intimate, or the big and loud Christmas? as compared in these two cultures. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.